everybody. Welcome back to the Re-readable podcast. My name is Sammy.
I'm KG.
And this week, we are going to be sad together.
Yay!
So you guys have probably seen the post before on Instagram where it's like, tell me your favorite horror movie. And it's like a sad quote from a book. And so we were inspired by that idea to go through some of our fantasy collection.
That's right.
And talk about our most heartbreaking, the saddest moments, the moments that made us cry and like put our book down and cry a little bit more, like maybe even just cry ourselves to sleep at night because it was like, this is a fictional death or situation or something that I don't think I'll ever recover from.
Yep.
And we just wanted to share those with us, with you guys together. We wanted to see, you know, if we had a similar list. Neither of us know what the other person put, so we're gonna give us like top 5, which I will say changed every single time I looked at my list. And then some honorable mentions because there's just some moments
there's so many
I'm gonna miss and you're gonna probably remind me of, and vice versa.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's definitely some I was going through and I said I feel like I'm missing.
I know
some.
I even went through, you can see my stack if you're watching on YouTube, my stack I started going through last night, so you guys kind of have like a teaser. But I was going through and was like, there's so many other moments I could put. I don't know if these count or not.
I know.
But we're going to see if we can make each other cry. You know, that's make you cry on your drive to work or wherever you're going right now. Yeah. We're all going to be sad together.
It's going to be good. Let us know if any of these overlap with you guys or you have other ones. Comment down below and let us know what they are.
And we're going to tell you right now, this is your spoiler warning.
Yeah, there's going to be many.
If you are going to read one of these series, maybe like the Empyrean series or ACOTAR or Throne of Glass, Once Upon a Broken Heart, Caraval, some of the bigger ones we talk about, please hear us when we are telling you right now, spoilers ahead.
Yes.
Major spoilers. That's the last I'll tell you.
I think that was a good preface.
Just in case you guys don't know already. But it's fine. Okay.
Okay, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Ooh. All right.
Okay.
See how many times we can cry today.
I'm ready.
Do you want to start us out with your number 5?
Do you want me to do honorable mention first? Or start it on?
Good idea.
Okay.
We'll start with
just
some honorable
one.
mentions.
Do one first?
Yeah, let's do one honorable mention and then we'll end with honorable mentions.
Oh,
you want to sandwich them?
Okay, I like it. So I'll just do one. I only have 2. If you have more than 2, then
I had 3, but
okay, then you do however you want. But I'll do one.
We'll sandwich them.
We'll end. Okay, my first honorable mention is Lahaba. I couldn't not include her because she is so amazing. She's from Crescent City. If you guys don't know, did you put this down?
I'm already crying. It's an honorable mention.
We are in for it, guys. Oh no. She was such a little champ. What did they call it? She was a sprite? Oh my gosh. So she ends up like sacrificing herself at the end of the first Crescent City book. And she was hilarious. Like one of the best side characters to me in Crescent City. And so when she died at the end, I was beside myself.
Wait, I don't know how this is only in your honorable mention. You're gonna destroy me with your list.
I do have some big ones up at the top that I went back and forth on whether or not this should be in my top 5 or an honorable mention, so it could really float. But terrible moment. So sweet that she loved Bryce enough to like sacrifice herself. It was just, I don't know.
You guys will hear the story again because it's in my top 5. So you'll hear me talk about it in just a few minutes.
I'll let you keep going on it. That one really got me. I remember really crying.
No, it destroyed me. Yeah. That's House of Earth and Blood for those of you that are wondering. Crescent City 1.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
a hard one to get through. Oh no, now I don't know what I want to put on here.
Oh man, okay.
I'm going to do as an honorable mention.
Wait, pause. Who is that?
It's me. I'm on the bottom.
Is this me? Okay. That one must be the hot mic again.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I would
farther
like
away.
That. Yeah, sorry, Alex. Okay. We're coming back. We're just testing. Okay, now try.
All right. So, for my honorable mention that I'm gonna start with, I am going to do a Throne of Glass moment, and I am going to do from Kingdom of Ash, and that's gonna be when Gabriel says to close the gates.
No. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this and I blocked this from my memory. I have chills, Sammy.
I was so sad. He just wanted his son to love him and respect him. And then Adian, because he was just in a mood the whole last couple of books, is so mean to him and
He's so mean.
hates him and is just like not about it. And then Gabriel makes like the ultimate sacrifice to literally give them a chance at winning this war by closing the gates and leaving like the Valg and everyone else outside of the city gates, and he sacrifices himself so that they can close the gates.
Oh my gosh, girl. I'm gonna cry thinking about it.
So there's an honorable mention for you.
Dang, that one
Close
was
the
so
gates.
sad. I did not put that one, and I should have, because that was so sad, because I
No.
wanted him and Adion to have more of a better relationship before one of them died, and I just don't feel like I got that. And so it was
sad.
so sad. Dang. That was a good one.
All right, so there's your teaser at what we're getting ready for, because
Oh my
these were
gosh.
just our honorable mentions.
Stop.
So
Sarah J. Maas really knows how to
yeah, the
write a
last
moment.
100 pages of any Sarah J. Maas book is just
like a
absolute
slap in the face.
You're
yeah,
right.
it's crazy.
She said, "Oh, yeah, we've had a little bit of fun. Watch this."
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
Okay, thank you.
You want me to start with number 5?
Let me hear it.
Know this, y'all. I could not really rank mine. So I
Yeah.
don't know that these are exactly how I'd rank them, of like 1 being the most sad to 5. But
Honestly, I
anyway.
think mine would change
I
every
think-
time I look
yeah.
at it. So this was just the last one I ended up with as my list.
okay, perfect. Then I'm going to start off with the end of the Divine Rivals book. That one really got to me. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this, but I love Divine Rivals series. And the end of the first one, I really thought he was dead.
Yeah.
I really was like, how dare they leave him?
Left him.
I thought he was done. Like, Roman kid. I could not even handle
They
thinking about
literally
it.
left him, and her like clawing for
Yes.
him, and him like barely surviving through the
Yes.
gases and like
Yes.
crawling.
When they
to
started
her.
doing the gases and he was like, I was like, he's dead.
I just like
How do you leave him?
how
do
her
you leave your
brother,
husband?
like-
I was so mad at her brother. That was so sad to me. I was literally, tears were streaming down my
Same.
face. I immediately started the second one and it didn't help at all.
Nope.
And so I feel like this is a continuation of the end of Divine Rivals, first of Ruthless Vows, because
Yeah.
he literally does not remember her at all.
No.
So he ends up, he makes it. He doesn't die, but he has like bad health issues after the gases. And basically, what's the god's name? I can't remember.
Oh no.
Not important.
Don't put me on the spot.
Shows how
shoot.
little I like him. So anyway, don't like him at all. But he basically wipes his memory, so he has no memory of her at all.
Yeah.
The
The moment when
I was sobbing.
They're like, they met up again for like the second time, and she's like trying to get him to remember.
Yes.
And she finally just like rips off the Band-Aid and is like, because I'm your wife. I was like, yeah, queen.
I wanted her to do that the moment they saw each
I
other.
was
Like,
yeah. Okay.
oh my gosh, that one really
He
wrecked
was
me.
put through it.
He was, girl.
Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't
So
put Divine Rivals
sad.
on my
Did you not?
list.
Oh man, that one I had to put because the book was so emotional. Like both characters went through so much.
It was a journey.
That the end of that book really had me crying. So
Okay.
had to include it.
That was a good one.
Okay.
A good one for your top 5.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me see. Okay, my number 5 on my list. Did you read this book, Powerful by Lauren Roberts?
Yes, I have
Okay.
this in mind.
Okay, so let me set the scene for you guys. If you have not read Powerless, there is a novella that comes after called Powerful, and it's about the main character in the series' best friend, and her name is Adina. And in her novella, like, you can read them kind of, what's it called when you read them at the same time?
Oh, like tandem read?
Tandem, yeah, you can tandem read these. I read them one after the other
I
because
did
that's
too.
like how they were released. And I was beside myself.
I was
for
weeping.
days. I think I just couldn't move on. The end of Powerful, or the end of Powerless, we
Yeah.
know Adina dies. We see it happen. We watched it happen in the rink through Peyton and Kai's point of views. We see it happen in the last trial. And I don't know what it was, but I was like, you know what? I think that maybe, she'll be alive. Like,
I really thought that as well.
Like, there's just no way that she's going to, like, really kill her. Like, maybe we just didn't know. Maybe
Because
she survives.
Perfect.
And she did nothing wrong. Like, she was absolutely perfect. She was a wonderful friend. She was so supportive. She did everything for everyone else. And I was just like, okay, like, she's gonna survive. And spoiler alert, she did not. And not only did we have to relive her death, but we had to relive her death through her point of view, after reading it through Kai's point of view and Peyton's point of view, and the love of her life, Max's point of view. And when Max watched her as she was dying and she was counting the stars, and he's on the edge of the, like, Coliseum looking at her dying in the middle of the trial, and she's like, he says, count the stars, Dina. I was like, what do you mean?
This isn't my time. This was the one I was going to say next.
Count the stars, Dina.
That one really got to me, but I tell you what made it worse, is this is also in mine, is in the last one. What's that one called? Fearless?
Yeah.
When he dies, and
no.
That's what really got to me. And they got to go to be together. Yes. It was so sad.
It was so sad. Lauren Roberts really, like, was like, here, let me twist the knife.
Oh my gosh. But that series, like, nothing was, like, as heartbreaking as, like, a Sarah J. Maas series, kind of, but except that.
Right.
And it was just, like,
honestly, out of the entire series, which, sorry, Lauren, I haven't read your new novella, and I don't really plan to read about Kit. But of the 4 that I've read in the series, that novella is far and away the best part of the whole series.
Yes.
Which is kind of, like, I don't know, weird to say, I guess. But
oh my gosh, that is,
it hurt.
Oh, it's so sad.
It hurt.
So sad. I just cannot believe someone that perfect and sweet.
She didn't do anything wrong. Nothing. And then she was like, wear your vest. And then on top of it, Peyton hadn't met Max yet. And Max didn't know Peyton.
And then he was mad at her.
Because she didn't come to stay in their little spot in the slums together. Because the king had her in the dungeon for doing nothing wrong. Because the king was a terrible person.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad. That is so sad. That one was in mine too, because it's just truly heartbreaking. She's like one of my favorite fantasy characters, I feel like, and the fact that she, like,
Adina
died
was
like that.
Awesome. She was a great character.
My gosh, she was just so amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that was mine.
That was
too.
my number 5. Oh, that was yours.
That was mine. That was my next one.
Your number 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll keep us going.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to change my order again.
It's okay. You can.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. The next one I'm going to do is It's Been My Honor. I'm just gonna hit you with that real fast because Liam dying in Fourth Wing.
Oh my gosh! Stop! This is awesome.
Yes. It's because it's heartbreaking.
This was gonna be my other honorable mention.
It killed me. I was like, okay, there's been some consequences, but, like, you know, no one in like the main 5 has died. No one that, like, we're emotionally attached to. But Liam not getting to see his sister and, like, dying wish, making sure Salome makes it across the parapet to like asking Violet to do that.
Can't.
Him being Violet's shadow and just, like, Violet, like, really not having friends, but then, like, now being kind of low-key besties with Liam, even though it started off as, like, she didn't want to have a shadow and she didn't want him around. And oh my gosh, what Dej, is that how you pronounce his dragon's name? And yeah, and Taryn being like, he's gone. Like, you can't save him. And
that
she was like,
really got me.
and then
really
Zayden's
got
like
me.
too far away to help because he was trying to protect, like, oh gosh.
Oh my goodness.
It's been my
honor
haunts
oh my gosh, that truly was the saddest moment. Like, other people have died in the Fourth Wing series, but I have not gotten over Liam.
Honestly, if another person in that Fab Five group
If
of them,
Riddick,
and I was gonna say, and I feel like Riddick's on the chopping block, and if
don't
touch a hair on his
touch
head,
him, don't touch him.
can't touch a hair.
Oh my gosh, you can take Imogen.
Yeah, well, I'm fine with Imogen. I'm fine. Honestly, I think I'm going to get off on a whole tangent. I feel like there's probably someone in that collection of people that's maybe a, of the marked ones, that's maybe like a traitor or something.
I agree.
If not Brennan, I think is a traitor. But like Ree, if she dies, I'd be
okay.
but I'd be okay.
I'd be okay.
Riddick, if he dies, I'll end everything.
I will come for her.
I
can't finish the series.
No,
if that's the last.
I will put my book down. Honestly, when he got stabbed in Onyx Storm, I was like,
oh my gosh,
I was tweaking.
I was freaking out because he carried that entire book. He was the main character.
Yeah, he was. It was his story.
But that's how I felt about Liam, and I'm so scared. I cannot even imagine watching that scene in the new TV show. No. Can you imagine? If they end up having, what's Buddy's name? The guy that people think is going to be Liam.
Oh, yeah. Justin something or another. The guy that's playing, I know who you're talking about.
He's in the Winx saga.
Sorry. Daniel Griffin?
Is that his name?
I think so.
I can't remember, but I cannot imagine watching him say that. It's been my honor.
And then Violet gets him to go back to his dragon and gets him over to Dej and is like sets him up, and him and Xaden have their moment.
That haunts me.
Yeah, it's been my honor. Okay.
I think it just really, oh my gosh, it really got to me because he wasn't even hurt.
No. That's the worst part. And when Andarna chooses to there she goes.
I thought I was fine.
He wasn't hurt, and there wasn't anything he can do because it's a part of him.
That's what I'm saying.
He lost his his heart, his soul. That's when everyone was Violet was being so dramatic in Onyx Storm. It's no, that's their soul.
I know.
You can't just leave it and cleave it.
I think that's what made it even worse. Is there was literally nothing they could do, and it wasn't he was physically hurt. No. They couldn't see it at all. Oh my gosh. Well, there we go. 1 for 1. I thought I was fine, and then it just hit me.
Nope.
Dang.
Got her.
So sad.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So that was number 4 for me.
Shoot. Okay, well, that was my honorable mention, so you may have to go.
Okay. Tell me.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this one next. It would probably be higher on my list, but I'm going to do it next because you haven't read it.
Okay.
So I'm going to be selective on what I share, but I had to include this. But it's Wild Reverence, the prequel.
The new Rebecca Ross book.
The new prequel to Divine Rivals. It was... I'm trying not to spoil too much. And it's not that it's so sad, but it is just beautiful, and just there's something that happens that
tragic.
I want to tell you that it really made me weep at the end. But it's basically, you can read this in the back, but she is a part god kind of in there, so she's immortal.
Okay.
And then she falls in love with a human.
Oh no.
So you can imagine
no.
basically put the dots together. And it was just, I was laying in bed reading this book, and my husband was beside me, and I literally tears streaming. And there's this one part that we're gonna have to talk about after you read this book, and I could not. I was I mean, just and he was are you good? And I said, I could not even talk. It was such a good book, maybe my favorite book I've read this year, but wow. The most just heartbreaking. I mean, you can put 2 and 2 together.
Yep.
But
it's giving the end of Wings of Starlight. It's giving Dorian and Manon.
Yes.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yes.
I'm not sad about it even a little.
Yeah. So I don't feel like I can go into too much detail
appreciate that because I haven't read it.
Want you to read it. But I had to include it in my list because it's like, it is just like truly so bittersweet and like a beautiful book, but just a lot happens at the end that just had me really weeping.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, well, while we're talking about something that is, I'm going to go not death for my number 3 too. And I'm just going to do like tragic and beautiful. And like we said, Sarah J. Maas likes to like rip our entire soul out when anything is happening in the last 100 pages. So the end of Akawar, Wings of Ruin.
Girl, this is in my top 5.
Yep. I reread it this morning though, just for the emotional damage. Like I was like,
I couldn't bring myself. I think
I actually need to just cry for a second while I prep. And I reread the entire battle, which was really a mistake on my part. And there's so many things that happen, like Amryn and like Nesta, Elaine, and her dad, and
the dad got to me.
Insane.
Yes.
Just like defending Nesta, and he just done. Okay. But the fact that Feyre had to be the one to put the cauldron back together and she didn't have enough strength. So my this is there it is. Oh no. And Rhys is like, I got you, like we'll do it together, I'll help you, and like is trying to like give the strength through her or whatever. And behind Feyre all she hears is I love you. So my quote for this one was I love you in italics. Because he's saying it down the bond.
I can't.
He kept chanting.
This might be number 1 for me.
He just keeps chanting.
This was my
number 1. And then she turns around and he's dead. And the chapter literally ends. And the chapter ends and says, Rhys is dead. I was beside myself. What do you mean? And then the next page you flip it over and she's yelling just like for anyone, and she's like remembering like the thing that's the Serials told her since the first book is stay with the High Lord. And so she's tugging on like the remnants of the bond and is stay. And then the High Lords all start coming because Rhys is dead, and so they all just like imagine like appear because that's like what happens with the High Lords. And they get there and she's like, you have to save him, and they're like, there's nothing we can do, and they're all piled around her trying to get Feyre off of him, and she's like laying on top of him. It's like, just save him, give me something. And she's bargaining with every single person, and then more like threatens Baron. I'm like, that's right. And then even Tammy, that was Cinder.
He says, be happy, Feyre.
Yeah, be happy, Feyre. And then he wakes up, and Rhys, the whole battle too, Rhys, like, his way of, like, coping is just to, like, make a joke.
Yes,
because he's, like, trying to, like, not be too serious. And he wakes back up and is like, don't worry, I didn't get any of your powers. Like, whatever he says. I was like,
girl, stop. That was, like, maybe my number 1.
The honestly, I love yous
the whole book for me. I literally have on my notes, I said the whole book, because the fact that they get separated, she has to go through everything with Tamlin again. And then I tell you, the part that gets me in that book is when she finally makes it back and she sees him for the first time, and she collapses on the floor weeping,
and he's just on his knees hugging her and like tells everyone to get out.
When she literally collapses crying, I can't. And then a couple chapters later, when I literally was like, this man is dead. And Feyre and Rhys, I know this is the most basic fantasy answer, but they are my favorite couple, and no one will ever come close to them. I just fully believe that.
Yeah.
And so the fact that
it's my High Lady and my High Lord,
that is 100%. I just, oh my gosh, it was so sad, and I was weeping. I just can't even, I thought he was fine, but he was making too many jokes to where it kind of was like, oh my gosh, he better not die. But the fact that he just kept saying I love you.
The I love yous did it. I was so, and Sarah J Maas did such a good job of making you focus on the wrong thing in that moment, because in the moment we were so focused on rebuilding the cauldron that like you couldn't pick up on that was him saying goodbye until the chapter ended, and you were like huh. And I know people give her a lot of flack because they're like, he should have just died, it was a sacrifice, he should have died, and then Amren shouldn't have came back, and it's like, it wasn't time for that, and really that's not how the High Lord is going to go out, so no. But I do think that someone in the next ACOTAR, I think we're going to lose someone from the inner circle.
I who do you think it's going to be?
My gut tells me it's Cassian.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be him.
And honestly, Nesta will be okay because she has Eris, and I agree with that. I ship that all day.
I agree with that.
Side tangent, that's not sad. That's something.
No, I am gonna be pretty heartbroken if it's Cassian. The only two that I don't think I would mourn so bad if it was Amren or
Probably
more,
because we don't know him as well.
No, but oh man, don't come for anybody else.
I know. Yeah, if Feyre has been through enough,
leave the girl alone.
Literally leave her alone.
Same with Rhys.
Yeah,
he has sacrificed literally
more
everything.
Than enough. Yeah, people don't give him enough credit. That's what one moment I really loved of the battle as I reread it was that Cassian was like, let me do this for you, like let me make this sacrifice, when he was going to like flank one of the sides or something, because he was like, he says like, leave some glory for the rest of us to Rhys, and that's just like Rhys wasn't doing it for glory, but he was like hey, you've sacrificed enough, like, and Cassian literally was like, we know what happened under the mountain, you don't have to tell us, like, we know what you did for us and we want to repay you. Like, it isn't like I'm here to make KG cry today. Yeah. So it's fine if we lose one of them. I'm just gonna like melt, I guess. I don't know.
I just thought that was really sad.
Yep, it was sad. The whole battle was sad.
I think that has to be my number one.
Maybe the saddest part after all of that was that Lucien literally saves the entire day. Quite literally saves the whole day. Like, brings Queen Vassa, like this other army from across the, like, demands them to come and help save, and brings the king of merchants or prince of merchants, whatever they call Nesta, Elaine, and Feyre's dad, and Elaine like hardly will look at him. And so that might be the biggest tragedy of all, if you ask me, because Lucy deserves it better.
He deserves better. He does deserve better.
It's fine. All right, we can move on.
Okay, I think then since we did that one, another one has come to my mind from this series, so I'll just say this one since that was like my number one.
Perfect.
Was the end of the first ACOTAR book when Feyre like sacrifices herself. But the thing I think that makes it the most sad is because she does it for Tamlin,
right?
But it's that Rhys hollers out for her. Do you know what I'm talking about? I cannot remember what he says. I think he calls her name.
He says Feyre.
Yeah, and he's like on his knees.
Yeah.
And like when he knew that they were like,
I can hear the audiobook that like plays on TikToks all the time.
I think that is like one of the most like,
and that he still didn't know yet. And the moment that it clicked was after she was okay and like they were on like the balcony, like, the balcony together.
I gotta reread these books.
And that just also goes to show, again, for all the Rhys haters out there.
Yeah, like, get away.
What a good guy Rhys was just in general. Because, like, he recognized in that moment, yeah, they had a shared bond because of their deal. But they weren't mates yet. And he didn't know they were mates yet. He just knew this was a girl that did nothing wrong but sacrificed herself for the greater good of all of them that didn't deserve that. Like, again, Rhys defender till I die.
Oh, I love this man.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he deserves any of the hate that he gets from
I agree.
the last book at all. I don't actually feel like.
Yeah, crazy. He'd want to like try and find a cure to help save his son or daughter and
his wife.
Crazy. It's insane, actually.
I think any husband would be doing that.
Right.
I hope.
He kept it a secret for a couple of weeks so that he didn't stress out his pregnant wife.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine if my husband, I was pregnant and he said, yeah, you're gonna die. I would be beside myself. Like, I wouldn't. He
chose to let her live in like bliss that she was pregnant and gonna have a child. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys are going to attack Reese, gotta come for me first. Reese, get behind me.
We love him. Love him forever. Dang, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a really good I liked that moment. That was a good choice.
Who gets to me gets to me.
Okay, well then I'll do my next one since you just added that one, and I will do House of Earth and Blood, and I will do Lahaba.
We're back. We're back.
Circle back real fast. Before I tell you this moment, let me tell you that I read these books, and with fantasy, like, you see the letters and you see the name, but you just kind of make it up because you don't know how to pronounce it.
No.
And like, I know it's pronounced Lahaba, but I pronounced it, especially because she would say Lily, I pronounced it Lilaba.
I did too.
In my head, that's how I said
did
it.
Too.
So whenever I talk about it, I'm like, Lahaba, and I have to like correct myself because I'm like, which one's right now? I can't remember. So
I do the same thing. I really thought that's how you said it, but then I've heard people say it since then, and I realized I was wrong.
Yeah, this moment, you guys have heard me talk, if you've listened to the podcast before, that this is without a doubt my favorite Sarah J. Maas writing of all time, and that's The Summit during Crescent City 1. I think that this is, obviously, like I said, her best writing.
It's fantastic.
It is the moment that, like, to set up the scene for you if you haven't read it, or even if you have, basically there's this giant government summit that's happening like miles away, like pretty much, let's say, a different continent at this point. It's not, it's in the same continent, but really far away, that no one can come to help Bryce when she needs help. And all of her friends and all of her peers are away. And the guy that killed her best friends basically comes to her work, and he's a governor, like super powerful. Micah gets there, and she's like, I know I'm in trouble. And he's looking for something that she has that her dead best friend gave her. And it's this whole battle, this whole first book, trying to find this one thing, and come to find out it's literally tattooed on her back. And he's like, oh, I'm going to take it from you. And I'm going to like literally like rip it from your back. Like, I'm going to just carve it out of you. And so he's coming literally looking for blood. Like, he's coming and he's like, I'm going to either kill her or torture her until I can get the horn and its powers. And while that's happening, she has the forethought to text her boss and be like, hey girl, stuff's going down, please help. And all of her friends, like I said, are at this summit, and they're all sitting there. And one of the guys that she's friends with is like a tech genius and is able to basically get a live feed from the security cameras up at the like complex that they're doing the summit at. And so every one of her friends has to watch as Bryce basically fights for her life. And when this is happening, like, no one can get to her to save her. No one can get to her to help her. And the only people there is Bryce, who is a human, half human, half fae, but has no powers. No. She has no powers in a land of everyone with powers, against the most powerful probably person
that's in the city.
In the city.
For sure.
At least at a minimum in the city. And she doesn't have any powers. She has a little like dog lion pet. That is just a pet. Yeah. And then she has her little best friend sprite, Lahaba. And Lahaba, again, is a little tiny sprite. Like, think fairy. Think like an on-fire fairy.
Yes, yes.
And she can do a little bit, but she can't do much. And the way, like, and so a couple things happen, and they're able to like get him locked in the bathroom for like a minute to just like give themselves a breather. And they use like really creative ways of trying to like slow him down after he's already like slashing at her, and like put like this like drug in her and like all this stuff. And she has to go and save her little pet. I don't know how to pronounce his name. And it's a whole thing. And so I'm building this up for you to hear that Lahaba basically sacrifices her life. And what you also need to know is that she had no freedom, and she was like basically a slave to the owner of this store. And Bryce like sold herself and made a deal and was like, I will be in Lahaba's place and give Lahaba her freedom. And sprites really didn't have freedom at this time. And she was like, give me, like, we'll trade places. Bought her freedom from Jessica. And basically she's a free woman. And she says, like, when Bryce is like, you can't sacrifice yourself, like, you can't do this, you're free now, like, go and live. And she says, and then let it be known that my first act of freedom was to help my friends. So then Bryce is able to at least get upstairs with her little pet, and they get upstairs and she's like getting like the guns, the not gunslayer, the whatever the weapon is, and she's like going to like get ready to kill Micah, and then we just see the point of view of everyone watching Lahaba sacrifice herself. And as she sacrifices herself, she's like hitting this tank, trying to basically flood the downstairs to slow Micah down. And as she does it, she, kind of similar to Reese with the I love you being repeated, she says, my friends are with me and I am not afraid. My friends are with me and I'm not afraid. My friends are with me and I am not afraid. And she just keeps repeating it over and over and over. And then at the summit, everyone's watching it happen and they all stand up and salute Lahaba.
Maybe it should be an honorable mention.
Again, I think it's Sarah's best writing, which is why I had to give it a whole long moment. But on top of that, for Lahaba to just, she was free. It was kind of giving Dobby.
Oh my gosh, it was giving Dobby.
And
oh my
she was
gosh,
free.
Stop it!
And she sacrificed herself for just everyone. And before that, the lead up to that scene, she's like been besties with Hunt, and so they're watching the summit take place on TV before Micah comes, and she's like talking about how they're friends, and she's like, "What do we do now? It's just the three of us."
Stop! I love their relationship so much.
She calls him Athy.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I can't. That made me laugh. She was so cute.
All right,
their relationship was so sweet.
Lahaba. That's number 2 for me.
Okay.
As of my list when I made it last.
I don't know where.
But you've heard enough of me talking about Lahaba. We'll move on.
Okay, I'm on my last one.
Okay.
And I definitely think that this is on your list, so we can volley back and forth, because it for sure is. My final sad moment is Liv, Manon Liv.
Okay, yep, that would be number 1 for me.
I knew it. I was like, there's no way that Sammy does not have this one on her list.
No, that was without a doubt my number 1. As soon as we had the idea, I typed Liv, Manon.
Yes.
Liv.
This, I am fully convinced, this is from Kingdom of Ash, that should have been the final thing of the book at the last battle, because that was the saddest moment the whole book. Like, Gabrielle was so sad, but that was the big moment, and I felt like at the end, at the final battle, it wasn't as gut-wrenching, because that happened kind of in like the middle of the book.
Yeah, like this is where it happened. Like, there was still so much battle
much left, and I just felt like it wasn't as gut-wrenching. I mean, that was like truly,
no, it was tragic.
Oh my gosh,
I vividly remember I was sitting on my couch reading. My husband was outside on our back porch, and I got up after that moment clutching the book to my chest, and I walked over and like knocked on like the screen, or like not the screen door, but the door for the back porch, and he like looked at me, like got up, like terrified. He's like, what happened? It's the 13.
Yes,
and
girl.
He was like, what happened? Like, he's like, I thought someone died. I said, 12 people died. You don't get it. He was like, you have to calm down. I was like,
girl, I have a picture that I texted you when I was reading it, and my eyes are bright red and there's tears. I still have it somewhere on my phone.
It
was rough.
Gutted me.
Rough.
It gutted me.
Oh.
Them sacrificing themselves to the witch tower. Her like cousin, friend, sister, Astaire.
But the fact that they had all decided and talked about it before, that like if it comes down to this, we will die so she can live and be the future. And I mean, little did they know, like, I mean, she was the key. Like, she had to be there.
She had to.
And so, I mean, they saved everybody, honestly. Literally. Like, because of them, they had a future at the end.
Yes. It was the sacrifice, the turning point in, like,
it really
the war
was.
in the battle. Like, when Abraxos and her have to walk, because Abraxos can't fly, and they have to walk down there to where the 12 died. Like, oh my gosh, 13, I have chills. The 12 of the 13 died, and they get to the bottom, and her great grandmother like taps her on the shoulder and is like, you know, giving her some kind of something, and she says at the end like that a flower will bloom out of this or something, and then she doesn't notice, but everyone from like Aedion and Lysandra to like random people that like what's her face and something of or whatever,
I can't think of her name.
Basically all of the big names from the book come over and like pay their respects and like put flowers down, and then in the distance she can see a flower blooming, and it's just so
my gosh.
sad. I get chills every time I literally have chills as you're talking about it. Live, Manon, live. It wrecked me. I mean, the first time that I saw a Manon chapter in the Throne of Glass series, it was such a jump scare, and I was like, what is happening? Like, are you kidding me? And then I lived for the Manon chapters. I mean, it was like,
she was such a phenomenal character, and the 13 was such a good, you know how Sammy and I feel about the Throne of Glass series, is it's our least favorite Sarah J Maas, but I really truly feel like that is the thing that was right, was the way that Manon and the 13 were written, and just their camaraderie for each other, and just so much had happened in all of their past as well, and the way that they fought for each other, and the way that Manon wanted justice for the way that Astrid had been treated as well.
It was unclean, and she killed the grandmother that did that to her.
It was just truly, that was I would almost have been okay if anybody else, but I mean, just the whole thing, the live Manon, I mean, and she just had to watch it happen because he couldn't fly.
So she literally, rereading that yesterday kind of like ripped my heart out. Like, she literally just stood there and watched it happen. But like when her cousin was like, live Manon, and she was like, I don't like Manon was like, couldn't process fast enough, and she came over and kissed the brow of her head, like the brow, like her eyebrow, and like kissed her forehead and said live, and then walked away, mounted up and went over there, and no one could do any, like Lysandra was gonna go out there too and like try and like sacrifice herself because she could like shapeshift into like a wyvern or whatever, and she didn't have enough power to like reset herself, and Abraxos couldn't fly, so Manon had to literally just sit and watch it happen. They all just stood there, was
and they had all talked about it. I think that was what just like the fact that they were so
unspoken communication. They were like, okay, you girls know what to do.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, that was my number one.
That was mine as well.
The minute we said we were going to do this, I was like, well, I know what I'm going to talk about.
That one's got to be the top. Oh, man. What a tragedy.
That was a tragedy. Do you have any other moments?
I think we've already hit all of mine because we already hit all my honorable mentions as well.
Let me see if I have any others. Okay. A couple others I had. One was...
Oh no.
This one I debated going back and forth to put in my top 5, but this one was from A Curse for True Love. And you guys know, if you've heard me talk about fantasy before, that Jax was like one of my favorite fantasy guys. Like, I loved Jackson Caraval. I don't care if he was kind of the bad guy. I was obsessed.
He was so redeemed though.
So redeemed. But I loved Jax's story. Like, the just heartbreak of him literally being the Prince of Hearts, but as a fate, he couldn't do anything about it. He really just wanted love, and he wanted to find his person. And then when he figured out who his person was supposed to be, his person was in love with someone else and he couldn't have her, and any girl that he kissed basically would die because of his curse. And it was so sad to watch him fall for Donatella because someone told him, whatever, who was in charge of the fates told him, like, that's who you're supposed to marry, when it was a lie. And so in his head he was like, that's the only person, which is why we find out he tried so hard to break up Donatella and what's his face and Legend
and Dante.
And Dante, because he thought that was his true love. Like, he didn't know. Like, he just was trying to get his true love. And then he falls in love with Evangeline, and then Evangeline falls in love with him, and things happen. And then she basically, like, dies once, and he watches her die, and her sacrifice to bring him back, or his sacrifice to bring her back, she doesn't remember him. And so they go, the third book, he's trying to get her to remember, and they're in this, like, whatever kind of, not trial but thing, because in Carnival none of it made sense to me, but they're in one of the games, and they, in this one area, it takes you to your favorite day. And his favorite day was at the Hollow with her, and she doesn't remember the Hollow, but she's at the favorite day. But when he says, remember, little fox, please little fox, remember, I was like, but little fox, like, triggers something in her, and she starts to remember, but she doesn't fully commit to remembering yet at that point. But
it was very sad.
Please, little fox, remember, I was like, yeah, that would hurt me.
Oh man, that was such a good moment. That was a crazy moment.
Please, little fox, remember. I love Jax so much. So, okay, that was another one.
That was a good one.
My last honorable mention that I put on my list was going to be from Onyx Storm.
Oh.
And that's at the very end, which this one didn't make my top 5, but when Xaden,
oh, yep, I thought about this moment as well,
leaves her a note and says, don't look for me, it's yours now. And then he's gone, and it says he's gone, and then we flip the page and it just says acknowledgements. I don't know if I'm more haunted by the word acknowledgements, or if I'm more haunted by her losing her memory.
He's gone, and then it's done.
Oh. It's done. It's yours now. It's done. What do you mean? And I don't know which of those haunted me more, but all of those, I'm
so mad at her for that.
I'm so upset. And the fact that we still have no idea when anything is going to get resolved. And this, not to make anyone sad right now, but I saw a TikTok one time recently, and it was like, do you guys ever just think, like, what happens if your favorite author has, like, something happen and they get into, like, a car accident or something, and they're never able to write again, or something worse happens, and we never actually figure out what happens at the end of whatever series we're reading? And I was like, well, it's a fear I have now, because now I think we need to get some security guards to protect Rebecca Yarros at all costs, Sarah J. Maas at all costs, because what do you mean?
That would be terrible.
I don't know how I would continue to move on.
Oh, I don't know. That was truly the most insane ending.
It was, honestly, I know some people didn't like Onyx Storm, but I really
I liked it. It was the best book. I think for me, the saddest part in that book, this is like a tangent I won't go too far in, is Andarna when she left.
I was going to say that.
That's the part that was just like, what?
I mean, it hurt. Like, I don't understand, like, I don't know. I mean, seeing Liam, like we talked about earlier, die that way, and then seeing Andarna leave, and Violet just not being able to cope. Man, I'm so nervous for the next book.
I'm terrified. That was a good moment, because that is so sad. Wow. Okay. Oof.
All right, so I think that I may have got KG on a couple of those.
I think you got me like 3 times.
Yep, it was.
That was a record.
I don't know if I would change my order or if I would just continue to keep all of those up at the top, but
oh man, there are some heavy hitters over here.
Those are some heavy hitters. And if you guys liked being sad with us, we also talked about doing some contemporary romance ones that are equally as sad soon.
Yeah.
But if you
we'll
have
be
other
back to
fantasy
cry
moments that you want to cry about, or tell us so that we can
yes,
cry about them.
please let us know.
Yeah.
I know I was looking up some, you know, like top saddest moments
Yeah.
people, and some people were voting books that we haven't read yet that were like
Ooh.
on our list, and I don't know what happened. I wasn't like reading the moments, but I was like, dang, okay, we might have some.
Then we'll have a part
coming
2
up.
with other ones we read.
Yeah, it would be good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do a part 2 of sad moments.
Man, well, thank you guys for listening. Let us know if you guys cried or what your top moments are. We'll be back next week for another episode, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We've been having lots of fun over there, so we'd love to see you, and if not, we'll see you next week. Bye.